president of this country. But that will never happen. That essentially is informed by the fact that he was only a one-time MP when he became a deputy president. So we are saying, I'm saying this to Kenyans, there is no problem between the Warrior nation and the Kikuyu nation. There is no problem between the Luos and the Kikuyus. There is no problem between any community, Kalenjin, Somali, Kisi, Abaluya, anything. Kenyans are one family. Politicians who are self-seeking will try and divide this country along ethnic lines, along regional lines. And we're telling the current deputy president, please resign and then go and face your own, what you call, desires and ambitions to become a president of this country in your own courageous way. Thank you. I'll ask the Honorable just to add a little here.
Swap, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Thank you very much. I think mine will just be very brief in addition to what Honorable Farah Maalim has said. First and foremost, as leaders from the region, we want to pass our condolences to Kenyans who were killed and those who are injured. Wish them quick recovery. It's an unfortunate incident. It should not have happened. Nevertheless, it happened, and so we pay our condolences to those who lost their dear family members. However, yesterday, Kenyans were shocked to hear sentiments attributed to His Excellency the Deputy President regarding a child. And, in particular, attacking senior civil servants, or public servants, who ordinarily report to the offices. Remember, the Deputy President is a member of the National Security Advisory Council. He sits in that committee, and therefore he will be privy to a lot of briefings. Unfortunately, instead of taking his concerns to that committee so it can be addressed, we chose to address senior public officers who ordinarily will not be discussed in public. That is unfortunate. That means it demeans the office of the presidency. When the president has made an announcement, has called for a press conference, it is lack of respect for the deputy president to do a press briefing after the president and to speak in a manner to really demean the office of the presidency. It is not the first time the DP castigating individuals who are holding public offices. And it's rather unfortunate. He's supposed to be a unifier for the country. Unfortunately, he's so divisive, and we will not allow it. The deputy president needs to carry the decorum, the office that he holds. Yesterday, the president, in his wisdom, through the advisory of the people who are supposed to advise him from security teams, led by NIS, listened and agreed with Kenyans that we, despite the fact that Parliament spoke and passed that bill, we agreed with the president again that it's not that time, and we agreed with that wisdom. And therefore, we commend the president for that decision, or the recommendations of some of the security personnel that the deputy president is castigating. It's unfortunate that offices of the likes of the Director General of NIS can be discussed in the public not by simple individuals, but again by the number 2 in this country. That is not good. We, leadership from the region, have no issue whatsoever with other communities. Ours is a problem with the Deputy President in person. And I'm sure many Kenyans and many leaders from other regions, including his own region, are not happy with what he has done. And therefore ours is to call on the Deputy President to either work directly with the government and become the Deputy President that people know, or to ship out. In fact, the person who's supposed to take responsibility, it's him. He's supposed to resign. Because according to him, he says government and others are working with him, so he needs to quit. If that is not happening, we will team up with other members of parliament from all regions across the country, including from his region, that we will go for the process of impeaching him. Let us leave out politics out of senior public servants. More so, people working in sensitive dockets like the Director General of National Intelligence Service. We need to accord them the respect they deserve by maintaining these offices. We know we are facing difficult times, but I am sure we will overcome as Kenyans. Thank you very much.
Senator,
first, let me ask my condolences to the families whose children were killed and those who are injured in the hospitals, and especially those who are in hospitals who wish them to recover. I know my county, Isiolo, is also affected. We have lost some youths. I give my condolences to those who have lost their children in Isiolo County, and I believe we will pray for them. Personally, I would want to say this. This is a very difficult time when we need each other, when we need to hold ourselves together. What happened yesterday has never happened in history of this country. And I think we cannot take that route. I remember one time James Oren was saying, government eating its own children. That is where we are heading. The security lapse that happened on Tuesday, if we are to blame, we blame all the departments of security, not one arm of security. You don't expect police to go on the road or to go parliament and protect the parliament. But the way it has come out, that is personal attack to one individual. And I think this is a junior officer who can be reprimanded by the same deputy president at his own time than going public, because that clearly brings down the government's sensitive department that should not have been discussed for the social media. I must congratulate His Excellency the President, having listened to the youths, to the Gen Zs, to the girls and boys in this country, and to rescind in signing that particular bill. Congratulations, Your Excellency the President. For those who are not happy, I know Deputy President is one of the people who are not happy for that bill to have been taken down to Parliament. Prepare yourself and face the Gen Zs and face Kenyans of this country. And I thank you.
Mine will be also a very brief comments. First and foremost is to follow in the footsteps of the other speakers and convey my most heartfelt condolences to all the protesters who have lost their lives in the Gen Z demonstrations. I pray to the Almighty to grant their families the comfort and strength at this extraordinary time, at this time of great moment of healing. Secondly, all of you will recall, all of you will recall that from the beginning of this government, when this government was voted on the creed or the belief of the Hustler Nation, that we must fight tribal and other ethnic balkanization in this country. The first person to put this government on the back foot by careless utterances about shareholding was none other than the Deputy President. He has continued to make statements that have continued to incense Kenyans and continued to put government on the back foot. It is one of the major recipes that precipitated the crisis that we have. We can now not purport to exit a crisis he has created by inciting various formations of this country in an ethnic group, and purport now to be an advisor of what should and should not have happened. He has advocated tribalism. He has called himself a Mount Kenyan leader. He has antagonized ethnic groups across the country. He has been nothing but a disgrace to the office of the Deputy President and attempted to discredit that office. But the lowest ebb was yesterday, when a Deputy President will call a press conference to attack the person of a senior public servant. And rather than purport to call for his resignation, those were things he could have done if he sincerely believed it in private. But most telling was his information that Nordin Haji has information, or the National Intelligence Service, that Uhuru Kenyatta and himself were perpetrators to this violence. Since the President had told us that they will continue to pursue certain lines, we need to ensure that we pursue these lines still. It is not fair, it is not right for any person, or including a public servant of the level of Deputy President, to personalize an issue and to attack the person of another public servant. It is just not right. It has never been seen in public. It has never been seen in this country. Lastly, the solidarity we are here with the people from northern Kenya, I being also myself from the coast, is the fact that we are now hemming a country post the Gen Z violence, or post the Gen Z demonstrations, or the infiltrators violence. We are happy that the President has opened up a dialogue, a platform for dialogue. I am looking forward personally to dialogue with northern Kenya, to dialogue with western Kenya, to dialogue with the Rift Valley, to dialogue with Mount Kenya, to dialogue with the young people, to dialogue with them. We must seize this opportunity that the President has created to build barriers, to build bridges, not barriers, to build bridges rather than barriers across our regions and across our various formations. So I am here also to express our greatest discomfort. We are assuring our people that, all the people of Kenya, that we are a family in touch with the issues. All of us who feel for this government have over the last 12 weeks labored so hard to talk to some of you in the media, to talk to the Gen Z, to talk to the civil society, to talk to the aggrieved young people on how to best resolve this issue. Just as the President was trying to prosecute a solution, the Deputy tries to scuttle it because his is a confrontation that is invited. There are two options. I was there when you were being selected, not elected, as Deputy President. You were selected on the basis that the mountain and the bridge was for William Ruto. You were selected because it was an appreciation that we needed a candidate from the Mount Kenya region. It could have been Kithure Kindiki. It could have been Imani Ichung'wah. It could have been Ndindi Nyoro. It could have been Mama Alice. It could have been anybody. The outcome will be the same, would have been the same. We went there to vote for William Ruto, for you to assist him. We didn't elect you as a co-president. learn the Constitution. You are the principal assistant to the president. You are not a co-president. If you start to undermine the presidency, we shall also stop to respect the office of the deputy president, not as an office, but as a person. And therefore, we are asking you for one issue. You were selected, and I repeat it, you were selected. I was there when you were being selected. The decision to select you over Kibiki changed in a couple of hours, about 12 hours. It could have been Kibiki as deputy president. It's in public domain. Yeah. So therefore, we are asking you, and you are now casting aspersions on the decisions of the president to select Nurdin Haji or to appoint Nurdin Haji as Director General of the NIS. Yet, the same president took it in his wisdom to appoint you or to select you as Deputy President. And therefore, if you feel uncomfortable, if you feel there are votes you brought on board, as the rest of the speakers have said, exit the scene. Go and prepare yourself for a contest in 2027, and let us see which Kenyan will elect a tribal bigot as president. Thank you. That's our last one. Bugia masala, bugia ijara.
Party leader, not just
thank you. My name is Abdi Ali Abdi, member of Parliament from the Jara constituency, and I'm the EP of this Haji. First, I want to thank God for giving us peace and tranquility in our country. And we don't take it easy, granted for that, despite the fact that we had a lot of challenges for the past 3 days. Second, we want to congratulate our president and his entire leadership, that is the members of parliament, for KK coalition and those who have voted yes, for taking a collective responsibility of rejecting the finance bill for the sake of peace and for withdrawing and rejecting the finance bill for the sake of peace and tranquility. And that has clearly shown the kind of leadership our president has shown. Our president listens, our president consults, our president welcomes participatory leadership, and we thank him for that. Thirdly, we want to tell the vice president, the deputy president, Rigiji, that the kind of statements that you have said yesterday, it is against the principle of peace and tranquility in this country. We have enjoyed peace and tranquility from inception of this government and unity, where our president has gone overboard and welcomed those who have voted for him and those who have not voted for him. But what you have shown yesterday, it is opposite of what our president has shown so far in the country. What we are telling you is, as leaders from northern Kenya, coast, and upper eastern, and the entire nation, that we have been watching from day one, that you have fought with leaders, that is His Excellency Mudavadi. You have fought with the speakers of the two assemblies. You have fought with young leaders of Ichungwa, Honorable Ichungwa. You have fought with Honorable Ndidi Nyoro. You have fought with our CS, our able CS, Honorable Duali.
You have fought with bloggers.
You have fought with bloggers. You have fought with Moses Kuria. We know all those things. And the president and the entire nation has been watching the steps. You are a warmonger. So what we are saying is, now you have decided to fight head of prostators. You have decided to fight our own son, Nurdin Haji. Where you think Nurdin Haji doesn't come from a villager, the way you come from a villager from Kratina. Nurdin Haji comes from a village, and he represents a village, and he represents the interests of the nation. So what we are telling you, Gigi, that if you didn't know, and I want it to be on record, that the forefathers of Nurdin Haji has worked with the President Kenyatta, Yusuf Haji. He has worked with the Kibaki. He has worked with Moi. Now he has worked with Kibaki. Now he has worked with Uhuru. So if you call yourself Mau Mau, also you have our own Mau Mau. So my request is, all these leaders we have seen your behavior, and we are calling very soon. And this is a collective decision that you are against the president. The finance bill was discussed at the subcommittee of the cabinet, which you are chairing the meeting. You have never went ahead and called for a single meeting for stakeholders to discuss the benefit of finance bill. But what you decided? You went against the finance bill through proxy accounts and through machineries. So what we are telling you, we know where you come from, where you are, and where you are going. You are using the finance bill as a scapegoat. And your intention is to fight with our President, His Excellency William Ruto. We are telling you, we are watching you, and we are telling you before you fight His Excellency William Ruto, you will be the first one to exit this government. Thank you very much. And stop profiling the Somali and the pastoralist community. Thank you.